Okay, quick experiment time. Enough of the birds outside. Uh, Watching a couple Bannock videos, and I remember I used to make Bannock all the time, but I just always made it over a campfire. And I was watching a while back, Mark over at Eat Carbs Outdoors made his Bannock, and he made it a little different. And then Jiu-Jitsu 2000, I watched a couple of his videos of making Bannock a little different and stuff, and I thought, well, I'll just give it a little experiment here and see what happens. I don't know. Basically, what I had was uh, cup of flour, eighth teaspoon of salt or whatever, a little bit of baking powder, half a teaspoon or so of baking powder. I forget exactly how much. There's a million recipes on there for Bannock. But the one thing that Mark did that I had never tried was putting dry milk, powdered milk mix in the batter and a little bit of brown sugar. So I mixed everything together. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They say what don't kill you will make you stronger, so we're going to find out here in a little bit. Another thing I did was I'm going to another experiment. So because why not just combine all the experiments into one? I'm going to try the old Ninja oven air fryer thing to cook it in instead of frying it like I usually do. Usually either fry it in bacon grease or just put it on a stick over the fire and bake it that way. But we're going to try the old Ninja here and see how that does. So stick around. We'll find out how it turns out. Okay, don't mind me chopping off my head. I think you've seen enough of me already anyway. But this is going to be our Bannock. I kind of spread it out on this pan, and what we're going to try to do is place it in our fabulous New Wave Ninja and see if I can remember how to use this. I would want it on bake, probably. And we don't know how long yet, so we're just going to go with 350 degrees. We'll put 10 minutes, but we'll just keep an eye on it. Okay, that should perform its magic. It should preheat and then bake. We'll see. One other thing I wanted to show real quick, especially for Sean, was a couple of weeks ago he had in one of his yard sale finds. He found a little coffee thing. It's like could be used as a pour over, which I really considered, but what it's made for is these Hamilton Beach Flex Brew coffee pots. And I just made a coffee a while back, a few minutes ago, and this is the little thing, but what you can do is put your own ground coffee or your store brand coffee or whatever in there instead of a K-cup. Just put your coffee grounds in there, take out the K-cup adapter and put that in, and brew a coffee with your own coffee or coffee beans, which makes it nice because you can brew a cup of coffee with your own favorite coffee, ground coffee, or even grind your own beans and use them without the expense of the K-cups and stuff. Now I can understand, when I first found this, we had this thing for about a year. My wife knew all about it, but she didn't share that information with me. But this was stored underneath of here in this little compartment. So after she shared that with me, I thought, well, that would be perfect for a pour over, because it has I still have coffee in it, so, but it has small screens in the bottom of it. Well, I had a phone call interrupt me there, so I had to cut that part out. But anyhow, when I first saw this in there, I thought, boy, that would be perfect for a pour over. Set down right in a cup. It has the don't know if I could show this or not, little real fine filters in the bottom and in the side. Whoops. For the, yeah, and I don't know why you couldn't use that as a pour over, which Sean suggested. But basically, I just wanted to show him that that's what the intentions are, to avoid using K-cups, just to be able to use your ground coffee in your Hamilton Beach Flex Brew coffee pot. We better check on our Bannock. Looking pretty good. Got a minute 33 left, so I think that 10 minutes will probably be about the right time in one of these. We'll see in a minute here. Just to let you know, I'm not selling Ninja air fryers or the coffee pots. No, I'm not. They're not a sponsor. I'm just a user. So, but I do like both of them. Oh, says it's done. Let's see. Well, the edges are a little, bottom's nice and brown. Let me check something. They have gadgets for everything now. When I was at home, we pulled a straw off the broom. Comes out clean. I don't know if that works for Bannock bread, as I know it works for cakes, but who knows. Another tool in the toolbox. Well, I'm going to let this cool a little bit, and we'll give it a little test. Okay, so here we go. I'd like to say that this is the first ever taste test on this new style Bannock. But I'd be fibbing, because when I first started, when I first tasted the first little piece I broke off, I couldn't stop, so I ate probably a quarter of it already. But the findings, it's not like any other Bannock I've ever had. It's lighter, much lighter, probably due to the powdered milk, maybe in the batter. It's sweeter, of course, with the brown sugar, but not overly sweet. Just a little. I only put probably, I would say, maybe a handful, probably 2/3 of a cup, maybe not even that much. But if I could stop eating it long enough, I could show you. The little Ninja oven worked out really well. The crust underneath is just lightly golden brown. The insides are soft and fluffy. Like I say, it's not like any other Bannock I've ever made. I'm usually just a flour, salt, and water over the fire and a little bacon grease or whatever, or baking it on a stick. This is definitely better. Maybe a little bit more trouble. I guess it wouldn't be bad if you mixed up all your dry ingredients ahead of time and then just added in some butter. There was some butter, a couple tablespoons of butter I cut into the flour, but that could have made a difference too. Kind of hard to describe. Almost like a sweet bread, but not like a biscuit or a pancake or anything like that. Completely different. Pretty good. I'll be anxious to try it over a fire or over a camp stove, maybe a Dutch oven, and see how it works. So that's all, just a quickie, like I promised. Well, I didn't promise, but now I'm promising. It's going to be short. There it is. Little tip for Sean on the coffee thing, and a new style of Bannock. Thanks to Mark and Jiu-Jitsu 2000. I combined all their recipes and added a new stove, so a new way of baking. So came out really good. Y'all be careful, be good, be kind to one another, and behave yourselves. Nah, don't do that. Have fun. Talk to you later.